everyone, welcome to Sustainable Innovation YouTube channel. Today we are in Suba and we are learning more about the impacts of climate change and the possible solutions. Considering the fact that Boise Hill is really crying for the help, and I'm happy that Genlang is working so hard to make sure that they bring the solution by making sure that they have a thriving tree nursery, and they are making sure that communities have the available nursery on the ground to access the needed seedlings for them to help them fight the impact of climate change. Today we are going to learn something so simple, how to do grafting. And we are going to work on mango grafting using top wedge as a method. Please stay tuned and learn more on how you can effectively graft your own mangoes using top wedge. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share. We really need you at this particular point.
So in this nursery, we raise a variety of tree seedlings, but we also do propagation through improving the fruit trees. So one method of improving the fruit trees is grafting. So grafting is a process. It is a process that starts with the planning, because you have to plan before you do the grafting. Planning, you have to know the size of the rootstock. The rootstock are those local trees that you have grown on the nursery on which you want to improve. Like this one is the rootstock. Where we have is the rootstock. So this is now the local mango tree that is growing normally. We call it a rootstock. So when you want to do grafting, you have to first look at the size of your rootstock. So the size of rootstock must be the same size with the scions that you are going to graft on it. So when you are going to collect the scions, you have to go to the farm where we have got mature improved mango plants. So on your way there, you have to ensure that you carry with you some material. One, you have to carry with you a sakatia for cutting the scion, and you have to also carry a polythene bag for putting the scions. After removing the sand from the plant, you have to ensure reduce the transpiration. That's why you are carrying this plastic container. So before you go there, you have to ensure that you treat your tools well. Like this now, the sakatua. Before I go to that farm, I can transfer diseases. So you have to ensure that you dip your tools in a disinfected water. So this is the disinfected water. You have to dip all your materials here until they are now disease-free. Now I'm sure the tools I'm going to use on that farm are disease-free. I have my polythene sheet in which I'm going to put all the scions that I've cut from there. Now I come to the nursery. I've identified the right size of the rootstock. I've also carried with me the right size of the scions. So the scions, you have to cut them, and you have to ensure that scions have no leaves. You have to cut all the leaves. You see, this is the scion. I've cut all the leaves. Cutting the leaves means you reduce the transpiration, and you insert them here, so well, and you tie it well. So you have to do grafting under shade, and you have to ensure that your things are under shade. These scions can be alive for only 12 hours. If you are planning grafting, you have to ensure that you graft the scions the same day you have removed them from the mother plant. So this is now the first step when you are doing the grafting. So I'm now taking my rootstock to the site where I'm going to do the grafting under shade. I'm going to use here the sakatia. I'm going to use the knife, the razor blade, or the surgical blade, or you can use a grafting knife. You have different knives that you can use, but this is the surgical blade. As I said, they are disinfected, they are clean from diseases. So the first step is that you have to ensure you are under shade. Once you are under shade, now you have to ensure that you only remove the Scion. The Scion that you want to use immediately is the one you remove from the container. After removing, you again seal the container. So, like now, I want to use this Scion. So I remove this Scion. I keep the rest here. I have my knife. I have my surgical sakatia. So what I'm going to do, first I have to cut. Here we are using 3 methods of grafting. One, we use the top wedge. And the top wedge is where you cut the rootstock at 90 degrees. So the surface will be flat. So you cut it using a sakatia, you cut it like this. You see it is flat, 90 degrees. Then you have to ensure that the Scion that you brought, because you had cut it when you were moving it, you have to cut it again. Because there's a lot of things that have happened at the cut point. So you again cut it fresh, because what you want here is that everything must be fresh. You again cut it straight again. And once you have cut it that way, now you sharpen it. You sharpen the Scion both sides. So you sharpen the Scion well, both sides. Sharpen it both sides. And your sharpening should be straight and even. And the point should be at least light enough so that it doesn't protrude. When it is light, it will be inserted so well on the knee. And you have to ensure that you don't touch the part that you have cut. It remains fresh. And you have to ensure the operation is faster, because you need the materials here and there need to be bonded when they are still fresh. Now you come with the surgical blade. You cut downwards at the center of the point, the flat point at the center. You cut it downwards to the depth, the same as the depth that you cut. Once you have cut it that way, then now you bring your Scion. You open using maybe a nail. You hold one side of the cut point, and it will open for you the space, and then you insert it. And then you push it down as you support both sides so that it inserts so well until it reaches the point that the cut started from. Like you see, it is well fixed. Once you have done that, now you use we call it grafting tape. So the grafting tape you try to hold or tie the union. Now you tie the union so well, starting from the bottom. You start it so well, you tie it as you move, evenly, you tie it upwards as you move, and you try to bring some tension. The tension will now bring the union a bit tight. You bring it well, you bring it tight well until you pass the point that the cut reached, and then again you reach there and you again start tying downwards up to the bottom, and now you tie it last. You make a loop. You tie it well, make a loop, and you tighten like that. So why do you make a loop? So the day you will be removing it, you only unloop it and the work will be easier. Immediately you have now joined the union very well, you again come immediately with the cap. So you cover the top, you cover it with the cap. The cap should be a transparent polythene sheet. You cover it well, and then you tie now the cap. You tie the cap again downwards with a grafting tape again. You tie it well. You also make a loop, and then you tie it like that. So now what you do is that by the time you are cutting the rootstock, you are to ensure that you leave some 2 to 3 leaves below the union, so that this one can continue making the food. They can continue the photosynthesis process. So now this one is now a complete thing. Now you put it on the line. That is now the top wedge.
Why do you have to cover with the polythene after all?
We cover that because we have to reduce transpiration. because you want to ensure that the conductivity of the water from down does not get lost. So it has to be conserved there. That will at least promote the healing or the shooting.
And after how many days do you open the top one?
So after grafting, you will have to start looking after 2 weeks. You will monitor your now the nursery. After 2 weeks, you will still see is the grafted part still green. So if you find it is green after 2 weeks, you are sure that it will pick. After 3 weeks, you will start them showing some signs of shooting. But maybe if it is not picking, after 2 weeks, you will find the Scion, the top part will start turning black. So this one will stay until the time you will start seeing the young shoot growing. When they start growing, they will now touch the cap, and then they will show you they need to at least open up. So when you see that sign, then you are sure I need to remove the cap, and then this young shoot can now grow into a leaf. It will show by itself. And when you are doing that one, you have to ensure after grafting, maybe after 2 weeks, they will start showing some signs of bud growing below the union. So you have to ensure every time, that's why you are doing the monitoring. Every time you see any growth below the union, you have to remove. If you don't remove them, then they will be taking the nutrients from the ground. Instead of going to the grafted part, the Scion, then this one will grow, and then they will at least make this one to dry out. So you have to critically remove them. They are very soft until, so that's now top way.
Thanks so much for watching. I hope you learned something. And going forward, you will be doing your own grafting at home. Thank you.